before, but you did it tonight. Just talking about being in the top 5 or 5th, what does that do for confidence?
Yeah, obviously, I think as Manchester United, we belong in Europe and we want to get back there next season. So obviously, we can even push for the top 4, possibly win the league. Anything's possible, and yeah, we're just going to keep trying.
Have been improving as well. Do you think all that is grounds for optimism? Would you say that Manchester United could well be climbing higher than 7th and maybe even finishing in the top 4 this season?
No, I don't think they'll finish in the top 4, but I think at the start of the season they still have to be getting into Europe. I think the bar's been set so low when you consider sort of last season where Manchester United finished, that I think there's probably an over-excitement about how they've played in the last few weeks and probably where they are in the table. I mean, we look at some teams around, even last year, think of sort of, Nottingham Forest or Bournemouth up there. Manchester United still spent a good chunk of change in the summer. They've got some good players who they've brought in, Cunha and Buemo, and they should be where they are in the table. They should be qualifying for Europe, and that should not be seen as a big achievement. But I think getting in the Champions League probably would be a step too far. But listen, they're green shoots, if you like. But when you look at the sort of last couple of results, and I always say this about teams, we say a lot about teams that it's great to get results when you're not playing well. I worry for teams when they're not getting results and they're playing well. I think Manchester United were really good, and Aston Villa, and I think in terms of the attacking, part of the game was really good against Bournemouth.
I don't ordinarily agree with that, but I think, to be fair to United under Ruben Amorim, I think we've been seeking performance for a long time, and we've not seen anything that looks like a performance that you think, where are the green shoots? Where's this team going? I actually feel a little bit heartened, not just by the numbers that you've just seen on there, but I actually think it's important they play well. I get it. They've conceded 4 goals and they've obviously conceded 2 at Villa, which is a real problem. But I do think you can put that down to players being injured. I'd be very worried if in a few weeks' time and Maguire and De Ligt were back and they were still conceding 4 and 2s, in games like that. I think if those 2 get back and they can provide some level of stability and reliability and they can continue to keep going forward and getting Burmo and Ahmad back fit from AFCON and obviously Bruno back, I do think they can get into the Champions League. Not because I think that they're an amazing team. I think the league is up and down this year like we've never seen it before, and I do think over the last few weeks they should have won some of those games. I mean, going into the games against West Ham, Everton, Bournemouth at home, I mean, to get basically 2 points out of those 9 is ridiculous, really. So I think my view is that I do think it's important that they have played well
in those games.